From KUNC and the NPR network, this is In The NoCo, a daily slice of Northern Colorado news and happenings. It's Wednesday, January 24th. I'm Erin O'Toole. Styrofoam is the worst. No, really, it is. I mean, ugh. Okay, but it's not just because of the absolutely heinous sound it makes. Styrofoam is a non-biodegradable substance that lives on in landfills, leaching chemicals and microplastics into our soil and our water supply. Earlier this month, a statewide ban on styrofoam takeout containers went into effect. 12-year-old activist Madhvi Chittoor from Arvada helped fight for the law and a statewide law banning plastic bags.
These laws over time are all about environmental justice, health justice, and intergenerational justice. It protects the rights of children and future generations. So I'm really happy that what I do is making big changes.
These new measures don't come without challenges for the businesses that are affected. A representative from the Colorado Restaurant Association told us that while restaurants are happy to comply, the policy changes add to the stressors of inflation, supply chain issues, and the labor shortage that the restaurant industry is already facing. Still, activists like Chittoor say this is important progress. At just 12 years old, she's been working on ridding us of styrofoam for a while.
On this World Environment Day, I pledge to replace single-use styrofoam plates with paper or stainless steel plates. Join me in this!
That's Chittoor in 2018, speaking during the United Nations World Environment Day. She even calls herself the No Styrofoam Ninja. She joined me to discuss her path to activism and why adults need to listen to what young activists are saying.
When I was 5 years old, I watched a CNN documentary called Midway Plastic Island. So it was really sad, and it showed the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Plastics were all over the beaches. They were in the oceans. Seabirds and aquatic animals were all eating the plastic, even feeding it to their babies or chicks, and they all died because of that. They cannot digest the plastics. And after many years, after all the bones and the feathers and everything have already decomposed, the plastic was still there. Another sad thing is that Midway Island is like in the middle of nowhere, very far away from civilization, but still, because of like the ocean currents are carrying the plastic waste to Midway Island. So yeah, I was really sad, and I told my mom I really want to do something about it. So yeah, that's what inspired me to take action.
And what did you do? What did that activism look like when you first started at the age of 5?
Yeah. So right after that, I wrote a book called Is Plastic My Food? It's like a children's picture book. I wrote it as well as illustrated. It's also in Amazon. Then I worked with then U.S. Congressman Mr. Ed Perlmutter and then Governor Mr. John Hickenlooper and Governor Polis to declare April as Plastic and Styrofoam Pollution Awareness Month for all of Colorado. After that, I worked with my school district, Jeffco Public Schools, to bring about the switch from styrofoam school lunch trays to compostable bagasse trays. So yeah, it's a really big win for the health of the students, and it affected 86,000 students in all 155 schools. It also eliminated, currently till date, 28 million styrofoam trays from going to landfill. So it's a really big win for the ecosystems as well as the health of the students.
That's amazing. And more recently, your activism has helped get state laws passed, including ones that ban styrofoam and single-use plastic bags, another that is meant to curb those so-called forever chemicals that are also showing up in our water and in our bodies.
Yes.
How does that feel to witness your voice and your actions and your activism have that kind of impact?
I'm very happy that my things, all the work that I do is actually worth it and actual change is happening. And even now, recently, on January 1st, the plastic bill, which I call the plastic bill, has officially taken effect. Just let me tell you, imagine like all the plastic bags and styrofoam, which were first manufactured since around the 1950s, they still exist in like somewhere in the world, polluting our air, water, soil, and our entire food chain. It impacts our health a lot. These laws over time are all about environmental justice, health justice, and intergenerational justice. It protects the rights of children and future generations for the clean air, clean water, clean soil, clean food, and great health. So I'm really happy that what I do is making big changes.
I want to ask you about what you're planning to maybe take on in the future, because I know there are other substances that are filling up landfills. What are you turning your attention to next?
Currently, I'm working on the PFAS bill ban that you said. I'm planning on doing it nationally and globally, like a whole global ban on PFAS, because PFAS is a really big problem for the health of everyone. So it's definitely important. I'm also working on cumulative impacts with the energy and carbon management of Colorado, also like known before as COGCC. Mm-hmm. So I'm currently working on that as well.
Okay. Well, Madhvi, a lot of adults say they have hope because of young people like you fighting for a better future. And I just want to let you know that, because I think it's easy to feel a bit hopeless about climate change and whether or not we can actually do anything. At the same time, all of the responsibility cannot fall on the young people. So I want to ask you, how can those same adults best support the work that you're doing? Like, what do you want to see from us, and how can we be here for you?
So adults would need to like do their part and change their life, make big lifestyle changes, and opting out plastics for like alternatives like wood, metal, ceramic, as well as like composting and doing things like, and then like using gray water, et cetera, to like help the environment. And they can also sign like signature campaigns, and also like maybe like lobby in the government and like Capitol buildings for more like laws for banning more plastic materials.
Madhvi Chittoor, 12 years old, the No Styrofoam Ninja. This has been great. Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me, and
What do you think about the statewide bans on restaurant takeout styrofoam and plastic bags? Are they enough or a step too far? You can send us a text or leave a voicemail at 970-614-5323. Tell us your name and the city you're in, and we may use your comment in a future episode. Or email us at noco@kunc.org. That is it for us today here on In The NoCo. We'll be back tomorrow with more of what's happening in Northern Colorado. Robin Vincent is our executive producer. I'm your host, Erin O'Toole. We'll see you next time.